Call of Duty Warzone. We're on Xbox Series X. The game is indeed optimized. We're getting a 4K resolution with an improved 60 plus FPS and of course HDR support. So this is obviously a bit of an improvement on the original game in a number of ways. This is a free-to-play battle royale, and this is kind of based on the modern warfare, I guess you could say, engine and game designs. Now, with that, it is also worth noting that this will be included within the menu of Black Ops Cold War, so you can get this within Modern Warfare, and you can also get it within Black Ops Cold War, which is, a pretty good way to kind of get the player base, continuously going along. It looks like we have one player not playing, one guy doing his own thing where he's going to get destroyed, and two of us kind of working together. So yeah, definitely an interesting start to the match. So this is, again, a Battle Royale game. The goal is to be the last individual and or team standing. The game features quads, threes, duos, or solos, and it also has seasonal and occasional events. So at the time of filming, they're actually doing a bit of a horror type event. That's where they've got some iconic, kind of scary IPs in here from films, and yeah, it's just kind of like a cool zombies mode is going on, which is kind of a little bit fun. So they do, play around with things, and they're also continuously adding different seasons and content for you to enjoy. So like with all battle royale games, the goal is to come down, you don't really have anything, and you need to find loot down on the map. So you find this in the form of crates, or you collect weapons that are lying around on the ground, and then eventually, because COD's a little bit different, you're going to be battling towards I guess you could say an airdrop. That's what it's called. And that's where you're going to be able to get your loadout. So they're actually called loadout drops. So once you do that, you can actually get a custom-made loadout that you have created prior to playing. So similar to what you would see in Create a Class for multiplayer, but you just kind of, well, you can use the same class you have set up for multiplayer, but you can just designate it, for Battle Royale. That's what most people do. If you have both versions of the game, of course, right? Actually have the key Modern Warfare. But you can, of course, like mentioned, download this entirely for free as a standalone thing. So like I was mentioning, they basically do seasonal events, and they have, that's a pretty cool gun, these battle passes. So you can buy the battle pass, or you can just kind of passively earn COD points and everything while playing the game and working through it. It's just another form of engagement and getting you into the action. So this is actually a lot of fun and a very interesting and well done Battle Royale game. It's actually a technical wonder and quite amazing considering what it was built for. Now, that's not to say it's less impressive on the Series X, but the fact that it was able to run on Xbox One and that generation of consoles is kind of amazing. It really is technically quite interesting. So in the game, you have different abilities and stuff outside of just your guns. So you got to kind of keep your armor in check, and then you can get a bigger armor thing that will basically allow you to hold extra armor, a bigger pouch, and then you can get different sorts of perks through the loadout drops, or you can find different tools, or you can also buy things. So they have these boxes, these buy stations. They've also got a really intuitive map, like all Battle Royale games. A kind of giant mist thing pushes you inwards, the hill gets smaller and smaller, and eventually you fight towards the end game. So you got these boxes here, you're able to buy things, armor plating, loadout drop, self-revive, little extra kits like that. It's actually kind of cool. So what we're doing is we're basically dropping all of our cash so that we can do a loadout drop. So there's also vehicles. You can see that on the map. You get things like trucks, ATVs, helicopters. There's quite a different range of vehicles. And of course it does vary based on, which type of playlist you're playing in. So I actually really like this thing called Mini Royale because it's a lot more of a focused, faster paced experience. But this is very much the traditional battle royale experience, battling against other teams, playing in quads, and these are all random individuals. I actually find that kind of fun. It's a little bit better if you're actually in a squad, however, since you can work together and actually communicate. But playing with randoms is kind of fun because you never know what sort of experience you're going to have, and it makes the victory that much more random and a little bit surprising when you do actually get that going with a team, because it's not usually what happens, which is kind of fun. But yeah, there's lots of different things you can do and lots of action to have. And they've created what's really quite an impressive collection, like a map of maps almost, basically. So every area here is kind of little separate maps within Modern Warfare. You know, like the Superstore area, I think the broadcast station, the quarry area, you know, stuff like that. It's very, very interesting. Oh, I thought that guy almost put that on the roof, which would have been hilarious. There you go. Now we got our custom loadout. Got cool little things going on. It's quite fun. But yeah, that's the gist of it. It's these large areas, each with a different section. And sometimes they tweak things. They added like train systems on it. They added basically the stadium is new. It used to be a closed off area. It's not new, but it's newer. And you just kind of work together. It's got a really good sort of targeting indication system in regards to letting people know what's happening. Like you can click up and that like says, hey, here. You can double click and that's enemy. And then you can click it off too and you can do a super run. And I know it's not necessarily been the most exciting action-packed thing right now, but we're actually in a really good setup for the game, because we've gotten all this loot, we've gotten all this equipment, and we're kind of, I guess you could say, well off to a degree. And it's very interesting because you can actually play this game in a number of different ways, which I think is kind of exciting. So it's a game where you can have like a sniper on your team, you can have somebody that just like does the assault rifle. There's lots of different ways to engage with it. And on the Series X, you really do get the benefit of like a really good draw distance. Like you could see really far away, and everything just seems to load, you know, quite properly. And I think that's really quite wondrous. And there's all these different buildings you can actually get it on the inside of, and it's just it's a really interesting and well done experience that I think is quite a lot of fun to play. You know, it offers a lot of challenge as you work kind of with your pals and your squad, or alone if you're doing solos, obviously with different modes and stuff that just keep it fresh. And it's really just fun to play. They took what was really amazing cutting edge multiplayer for Modern Warfare and they blew it up into a huge experience that absolutely continues to deliver lots of fun and excitement. I don't even think I've seen so many friends still be engaged with the game so long after, in many, many years, which I think is kind of fun. So that guy's way over there sniping. But you get all these different locations that you battle throughout, so many different areas, and it all looks really quite amazing. It's a truly impressive sort of experience from both a technical and visual standpoint. It really does look good and play very well. I'm particularly impressed on this platform with what they have to offer. So yeah, it's just kind of neat because you can also like drop down and create different strategies and play it slightly differently every time you go into it, right? You can like be really intense, drop where everyone else is dropping. You can go way out of your way. It just offers a lot. I should have, like, I known that guy was there and eventually he would get me. But yeah, it's kind of about teamwork, but also the individual can make those plays too where it matters. And if you do die, I guess I should mention this and go over the afterlife aspect. So if you happen to die at a certain point, you'll actually be sent to this place called the Gulag. And then you have to battle in a 1v1 situation in order to come back into the match. So it's kind of neat. At times they add things like the assault rifle, which I think kind of takes away from, you know, what the competitive offering has. So I'm not too big on that. But if you get a good like pistol match or a shotgun thing like that, it can feel really, really competitive and a lot of fun. Because you never know who's going to win, and it's like, but if you have an assault rifle, it's kind of like a quick, you know, whoever sees the other person, whereas a pistol, it's like a really intense back and forth sort of thing, and I quite like that. I think it's quite a lot of fun. We really should get out of the way of this guy, because he just keeps picking us off like crazy. But yeah, there's just a lot of strategy, a lot of interesting action, and it's just quite fun and epic, if you know what I mean. Like, it really can go either way at any point. There's so many different teams kind of battling each other. And it's nice to have this version of the game because it does run so incredibly well. That guy hit me again. I'm out of here. I'm out of this area. I'm done with it. We're not pushing him, so there's no point of actually being in his way. But they've created a really, really cool world here. The one that you can just sort of keep enjoying. And there's the auto loadout drop, which is coming in. And then there's lots of different buildings, too, which I think is kind of fun. Whoa, that was a little bit of lag there. That's never good. So I say that in the sense that, you know, you've already seen like a number of different building designs and stuff like that. But if we look at the map, the downtown's like all skyscrapers. Then in the lumberyard, it's more of like an open terrain with little buildings scattered. The quarry is sort of a big cutout area, so you can hide up here and snipe down. Then you've got like the airport, which is heavy in the middle here, but then very open on the strip, and then the dam up at the top. You know, all these very distinct areas that you can kind of battle in. And then there's these things called contracts. I guess I should mention those too. There's a lot of content to this one. Anyways, the contracts are basically a thing you can do to earn extra money. You work towards finishing them, whether that's like a bounty on someone, putting a bounty on yourself, or even, you know, rushing to get to a certain position fast enough. Oh, Jesus, see right now. Two of them up here. Wow, I did not expect that in the slightest. I didn't know they were rushing up there. Don't know what the team was doing. But we can go into the gulag now. So the gulag's the 1v1 thing we mentioned prior. But I think that's kind of covering most of the things that go on here. So even if I die here, there is the potential for my team to also buy me back, but you come in at quite a disadvantage. Losing your stuff, depending on the mode. In the zombies mode, you come back with your full like gear and stuff, which is a bit weird. But oh, there's a dead body on my side. That's always a good sign. But like I said, I don't really like the assault rifle or the LMG version of this, because it's really whoever sees the other person first. Whereas like a pistol thing's back and forth, and there's a flag in the middle you can alternatively capture too, which is kind of fun. But I got myself back in, so that's kind of good. And so looks like our team completely left the area. Where were we at, actually? Were we over there? We weren't at the police station. I think we were over in that building. I'm not sure if I want to go for my loadout drop. I kind of want to. They might be able to buy me back if I do die. It looks like there's a juggernaut on the map, too. That's a little thing that came in a bit later. But they keep it fresh. They keep adding different content to the game. And it's just really quite fun and engaging. And I think if you haven't played it yet, as a free-to-play game, it really doesn't hurt to try, because I think you'll like it a lot. And if you don't like it at one point, if you check back later, you might actually be impressed with the changes and adjustments they've made to the game, because they're just constantly, you know, really changing what this has to offer and the type of play here. I don't know why it keeps lagging like that. It's kind of driving me crazy. But yeah, it's also great because it has cross-play support. I guess I could have mentioned that earlier, but so you can turn that on or off if you want to play with others online across different platforms. I think that's kind of really cool to use your Activision account. Sorry, I don't know why it's lagging. Connection's usually quite spotless. It might be just the dedicated servers and stuff that are having a little bit of an issue right now in COD. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, it's just kind of like chocked full of content and ways to interact with not only, you know, people you know, but others online too. It's just kind of an expansive offering that has been really impressive. You know, I never would have expected any sort of free-to-play Call of Duty game back in the day. But I think they've really hit the mark here because it's a quality experience. And it's one that's obvious. Jeez, okay, it's a Halloween type event. That's why that's going on. Ugh, it always gets me. Anyways, they've really done a cool job, you know, keeping this thing going and strong. And I think we're almost near like 100 million players or something like that. It's just or even surpassing that point. It's crazy how big this is, the platforms it's on, and it's great to have it running this perfectly well. Like, I thought it ran well on the 1X, and then you jump on here and you're like, this is seriously a nice step up. I'm genuinely impressed by what this has to offer. I've been playing with friends in the Halloween playlist, and I'm like, yeah, this is a good boost. And I mean, there's other little minor adjustments too that they've made in order to like get the quality up and stuff like that. I don't have the exact information to the fullest extent, but I hope I've been kind of showing off a lot of what this has to offer, so that you understand kind of how the game's been going. And I think our team's actually been doing quite well outside of me, you know, dying there. What are you shooting at? Is he shooting at the... Oh, he's just at a helicopter. Because sometimes, depending on the playlist, there's like an ammo type thing. Usually says the... I keep checking that list because I'm thinking that it'll show my green bars of how much, like, you know, the internet and everything like that. Which should be mostly good. But now it looks like the circle's closing in. So it'd be actually really good. Oh, this is going to be a very interesting endgame. We don't typically get this one. Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see where things kind of close up and move. But you could get something like a recon through the contracts. And that recon would basically allow you to have a better understanding of, like, once you capture it, you capture a zone. And then you can understand the next region that you're supposed to go to. And that's really quite helpful as a tool, you know, aside from all the bonuses you get for actually completing the contract. Because that could be a real money saver if you're the last person left and you need to kind of bring your team back, get money. That's kind of how you do it. So this might be a little bit of a dangerous building, but we're going in here because I want to get the ammo drop. Yeah, refilling the ammo, kind of really helpful considering I died not too long ago, right? And we, of course, want to collect any extra ones of these if we can. Oh, that's good. Trophy system could come in handy towards the end game. Oh, that's... yeah, I kind of want that. Because that lets you hold more vests. I kind of briefly mentioned it earlier. Very, very helpful thing. And I didn't expect the game to go on this long, so I do apologize for that. We likely don't have a whole lot more, you know, critically to kind of mention about the experience at this point. But I do, you know, encourage you to stick around and take a look at... you know, where the match kind of ends, because it's a little exciting that we're getting, you know, quite closer to the end game. I mean, there's only 18 other teams and another 60-something players that we have to contend with. It's kind of exciting. Another 64 players that we have to take out and we could win. It just hasn't been as action-packed as it normally is, because usually you run into squads a lot more often with so many players on the map, but we kind of picked a good spot. But it's really random, right? Like, you never know exactly what's going to happen in Warzone, and that's kind of exciting. Like, where you drop, the teams you drop with could be entirely different every time. Oh, there's the train. And I think that's kind of exciting, because it's just a different situation the whole way through. Really? I got... oh, there's 3. They're all around me. That's not good. I am totally out of here. That was... I thought I was getting the jump on him, but that was basically an ambush on me from 3 different perspectives. And it looks like 2 of our teammates got picked off there, and this guy's just sniping away. Not doing a very good job of it. See, now at this point, I'm dead. Our other guy could go into the gulag here, and he could be fine. But I can be bought back if somebody has enough money to actually do so, but it doesn't look like our team's necessarily doing that well. I think he actually just spent a lot of money on something. It's taking a while to load that next player. I should also mention that it does load a little bit faster, I guess, on the Series X too, but it's very multiplayer dependent, this one, due to the design of it. I think we might have actually been eliminated, which is a little bit disappointing. Our team really just kind of fell apart there, which is disappointing. A free-to-enter sort of situation. It gets you maybe engaged with the game. What you might not have prior, because you'll play this and you'll be like, oh wow, the actual main Call of Duty game sounds so exciting. You see it kind of advertised all the time and stuff. Why didn't you finish that guy off? That's terrible. But 15th place, I'm happy with that. That's pretty good. So I thought it might be fun to do a little bit of a bonus situation for showing off the zombies mode, just because it's a limited time thing. It's a fun extra to attach to this just for memory's sakes. So this has more of the mini royale style, smaller, tighter zone, more intense action, and just kind of fast-paced gameplay. It's also set with a little different player numbers, and it seems like a lot of people were jumping right off the bat, which is never quite a good sign, which is kind of a little troublesome. But I'm trying to pull off my usual strategy where we go there, then we go over there, which we obviously can't do due to the smoke, but we might be able to get some decent loot from this building and be able to move onwards from there. As I said, it's supposed to be just kind of a quick extra little adjustment on top of the gameplay already shown, just because you know, I thought that might be a little bit fun to kind of have a little festive kind of thing with the zombies and that. Even though I'm not sure the event will still necessarily be rolling after, well, by the time that this is available for people. It's also a little bit weird too, because I don't think they quite get the lighting right in this mode yet. Munitions upgrade, I'll take that. But yeah, it's just kind of a fun game mode selection. I really do quite enjoy, you know, the Call of Duty Warzone mode in general. I think they've done a lot of fun things with it. Really neat action. There was a time where like trucks were super powerful too, and I was just like mowing people down. I've done actually a number of live streams of this game too. It's quite a lot of fun to kind of showcase this one off and have a good time with it. And then the zombies mode is where you're trying to survive, you die, you become a zombie. As a zombie, you want to collect vials, you come back into the action, and it kind of goes from there. It's actually sort of fun and fulfilling in that regard, just being like a quirky little thing that they put together. Because I do imagine that this will be sort of a multi-year kind of experience that goes on for quite a while. So we'll do the shotgun. But yeah, they give you some pretty good guns. You tend to get a little bit better loot when they do the mini royale style, where everything's a lot tighter gameplay wise. I love how you move through the game, the different types of ways you can interact with it, and it looks absolutely fantastic. I really am genuinely pleased by the visual quality. Stop checking your watch. There's guys there that we need to kill. But yeah, it's just kind of a really fun game that offers a lot of content. We're going to go for the flank, even though I don't think that's necessarily going to work out for us now. We're going to play this strategically. You don't want to become a zombie right off the bat, although the zombies are kind of cool. Be smart in our movement. But yeah, it get pretty tense. I actually should have maybe even opened up with this, because this one's got a lot of fast-paced action to it. Kind of be a little bit stealthier on your approach too. Actually, I'm surprised they didn't take all this stuff. I'll grab this all just in case I need it money-wise and stuff. Oh, there goes our teammate. They'll be a zombie. And there's the whole down system too, which is kind of interesting, but now we can be the zombie, which is fun as well. Guess I should have saw that coming. So it's actually kind of smart to almost go for vials right off the bat. Looks like there's a few of them around here. And you gotta be careful because you like fall flat. But you can do all kinds of things like a super jump and that, which is kind of fun. I think we'll get revenge here, maybe even save our teammate too, which is kind of nice. Get the vial there. I think that's one vial, and then there should be a dead body over here. And then you can kind of just keep coming back, which is nice. And then as you can see, and I think I mentioned this in the regular Warzone review, maybe you just check this one out, I have no idea. We actually come back with our full kit, which is really nice. Well, not our kit, but basically what we had before we died, which is really good to have there. Really? It's kind of sorrowing, but I think our teammates are both zombies, so they can't really revive me. So that's a bit of a pain. Not really a good thing to have happen here. It looks like that guy's dead. Oh, zombie man. Oh, there's a zombie down there. That's not good. I don't think the zombie's gonna attack other zombies either. Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah, that's not good. So I've died. That's no fun. And then I come back as a zombie again because I came back. And it's kind of a cycling thing like that. It's actually sort of entertaining in that regard. You get all these chances to kind of keep doing things and stuff. There's a lot of players down there. Don't really have the numbers to take on those guys, so we're gonna try to find some more unexpecting enemies that we can munch on. Doesn't look like there's a lot of vials around here in general, so we might actually hit a different part of the map if we can to see if we can find any before we get blasted by a human or something. Because, you know, there's a lot of those lying around here. Oh, there's a person in there. Oh, not good. Not good at all. Oh, and zombies kind of explode like little piñatas that really give you a lot of good little goodies. So they're sort of great to shoot, and it can get really epic too towards the end as you're blasting away on zombies and stuff. Where is this vial? So now we only have to get one more vial. I'm wondering why that other guy quit. We maybe could have come back here if I'm smart enough and can actually gather the sort of required vials. But that's the good thing, is people tend to die, and then certain things get left that we can go and acquire. So that's my second comeback as a zombie into a person, which is sort of cool. So now we've got a different zone to deal with. That's exciting. See if we can actually buy back our teammate. So that's a different zone we have to rush to, but I'm hoping this area might kind of offer enough money that we can get our team back. Yeah, because this doesn't look like this area has been really touched too much. You just got to play the miracle work of bringing back the squad. Oh, this area has been ventured into, so that's less good. We can keep looking and seeing if we can find any buildings, because obviously we want to bring back our teammate. And potentially we could have... I thought there would be money there. Could have brought the other guy back too if he would have stuck around, but people don't have a lot of patience when they're, you know, kind of dead. Which is something to keep in mind, and zombies could come out of anywhere too. So I guess we're going to have to head up towards that zone a little bit as well, because the zone's going to start shrinking behind me. I think all the boxes have been used in this house too. There's a little bit of cash. Trying to buy back our teammate, but we still need to get quite a bit more. So hopefully we can find that stuff. Nope. Still looking. So we're pretty close to the zone. I think we got a little bit of time to kind of take a look at these boxes. Okay, we're gonna backtrack just a little bit to get up the hill. I think it's kind of fun and exciting to see if someone can actually sort of pull it together and do a recovery for your team. Because, I mean, technically I still have another chance, I think, after this or something, to keep coming back zombie-wise, which is fun. Until my zombie life is quenched. So this is a bit of a dangerous building to get into, because a lot of people die here. We'll be careful. We'll see if there's any good loot. Oh, nice. Kind of beneficial. Got lots of armor packs. Now we just mostly need to get some cash back for our team. Hopefully he appreciates the effort we're putting in regards to trying to find enough cash in order to get this guy back in there. But he seems pretty dedicated to giving me a chance to make this happen, which I'm pretty close to. I think you need 4,000. Yeah, I need 4,000. So I mean, I'm there almost, but not quite there, because I'm trying to get the squad back. Oh, there's the loadout drop. That's awesome too. Kind of convenient. Now we're just kind of open for a chest or something. There we go. And now we can buy back our teammate. And we just have a zombie we have to deal with on top of other players. And that kind of makes it fun too, is the dealing with the zombie situation on top of things. So we get our loadout drops. We're actually in a good position. Oh man, really? I did all that work I don't know if he got sniped or something, but...
Your teammate is a zombie.
Oh, they're zombies, so they can still fight back and stuff. It's kind of fun to think about. There's a lot of zombies on the terrain. Oh, what was... Really? I got sniped. Oh, man. Oh, there's a lot of back and forth on this one. It's kind of crazy to think about.
Gas is closing. Get to the new safe zone. You've become a zombie, but you can still help your team take down the enemy.
That drives me crazy, that guy with the sniper taking me out like that. I'm actually surprised it went through, like, I think all my shield and stuff. Definitely was not expecting that. You see those other guys, you know, I'm just a zombie trying to live my life. Although I think the circle's gonna be closing in on us. If he was smart, he would let me get this first, even though there's two of them. I don't know where that is. Oh, no. They disappeared. That's not good. That's not good at all. It's actually a little bit ridiculous that they vanished like that. But we'll get closer there. As we rush up here. It's kind of a scramble to try to get back into the game, if you know what I mean. But it's going to be a little harder here, because we have to climb this, like, rock terrain, right? Which isn't necessarily great for a zombie. And I'm back in the game. See, that's kind of a little bit fun. It's like the constant back and forth action of this one. But we are at a disadvantage in regards to getting shot from people that are, you know, obviously a lot more set up than I am. So hopefully we can escape. Nope, did not work. Well, that was fun though. Or we're still not done yet. Oh no, that's not good. That's not good at all. Zombies in a bad situation. Oh jeez. I don't know how we're going to be able to actually get up there. Let me see this. So I have to actually get to the top of the dam. Somehow. Which you might be able to do over here. A little bit, just kind of hoping that this sort of lets me get up there. Not quite. Really? See, I'm kind of good at this getting back and forth sort of thing. Oh crap, never mind. Well, that was fun.